Well, good morning. My name is Joseph King, and I'm doing my presentation today from Okinawa, Japan. And I'm going to be talking to you today about the characteristics of effective leaders. Colin Powell once said that effective leaders are made, not born. With a little bit more emphasis, Vince Lombardi also said that leaders are made by hard effort, which is the price that all of us must pay to achieve any goal that's worthwhile. Well, as with anything else, it's not enough to just be a basic leader. During this session, I want to address with you three things. One, the effective leaders affect atmosphere to motivate. Two, effective leaders recognize their followers' needs and help them to fulfill them. And then lastly, effective leaders know their shortcomings and strive to overcome them. But now that we know what we're going to be covering today, and we've heard a couple of quotes from some pioneering leaders, let's move right on into point number one. An effective leader creates an atmosphere that motivates people to achieve. Subpoint A leader must establish a positive climate promoting production. That's part of the reason why they're there, to promote production. Effective leaders are motivators. They influence a group to focus on goals that achieve an end state. To motivate means, according to Merriam-Webster, to stimulate, influence, give an incentive, and give motive. So the leader should set the atmosphere with motivating factors that cause followers to desire to participate. Peter Economy once said that for people to do their very best work, they need an environment or an atmosphere that supports them by making it safe to take risks, tell the truth, and to speak up without being punished for doing so. Subpoint B, a leader must inspire people to see the vision of the group or the organization. Every effective leader should have clarity of vision. This helps the leader be able to instill motivation, self-esteem, and an attitude of teamwork. This leader must be able to recognize the atmosphere, and that consists of the personalities, the attitudes, whether positive or negative, available resources, and even the motivational level of that particular group. Warren Bennett once said that the lack of clear vision is a major reason for the declining of an effective leader. So now that we've covered the importance of creating the atmosphere that motivates and the climate that promotes while inspiring the group to see the vision, let's take a look at point number two. An effective leader recognizes the needs of his or her followers and can orient them towards fulfilling them. Subpoint A, the leader must know his followers. Effective leading requires the leader to be caring and know the people's successes as well as the challenges they encounter. This requires the leader to be emphatic, personable, approachable, and genuinely interested, and one who cares enough to effectively listen to what the people have to say. Dale Roach once said that when a leader knows and cares about those they lead, they show behavior that is consistently acknowledging others. Subpoint B, the experienced leader can best direct followers towards fulfilling their needs. A leader can only lead to the point that he has been led. Experience in both personal and group leading helps better prepare the leader to be familiar with situational needs and able to give direction. Stephen Covey once said that begin with the end in mind. Therefore, the leader should help the follower formulate ideas, work the details, commit every thought, feeling, and emotion towards their accomplishment to fulfill both corporate and personal needs. So now we have an understanding of the importance of the leader knowing their followers and how their experience can best help them to assist their followers. Let's move to point number 3. Effective leaders know their own shortcomings and strive to overcome them. So point A, an honest leader will conduct a self-check to identify personal shortcomings. Dale Roach also once said that self-evaluation is a strong characteristic of an effective leader. The leader should develop checklists to gauge effectiveness in comparison with other great leaders, common standards, dreams, their hopes, and ultimately the vision that they desire to achieve. So point B, good leaders acknowledge shortcomings and seek self-improvement. A good leader has no problem being evaluated or receiving criticism. No one enjoys being corrected, but an effective leader sees it for what it is, an opportunity for personal growth, says Dale Roach. I interviewed a Gunnery Sergeant Jimmy Johnson the other day, and he had pointed out one of the key leadership principles that he learned in the Marine Corps was know thyself and seek self-improvement. Know thyself and seek self-improvement. Well, effective leadership requires a leader's willingness to self-assess, receive criticism, acknowledge shortcomings, and seek to improve. So in conclusion, remember that effective leaders affect the atmosphere, they know their followers, and they recognize their own shortcomings. Leaders are made, not born. Effective leaders learned, is developed, and it becomes another tool for them to put in their toolbox. So unless there are any questions concerning the characteristics of an effective leader, this concludes my presentation.